Hello, this is Valerie at My Scrap Chick, and today I'm putting together this Scarecrow Party Box. And we're going to start with the front of the box, and I have all the pieces here. I'm going to kind of slide these off, and this is the front of the box. And then the first piece I'm going to add is the circle for the hat. And I'm just going to put some glue on here. And then line up these two bottom edges. And this will line up along the edges of the backing too. And then the next piece is going to be the Scarecrow's hair. We'll just put some glue along all these parts. I've got one piece of extra paper there. He's having a wild hair day. Okay, and now I'm just going to center it and line up the bottom and just center it in the center of the hat here. Press that down. And then next will be the top of the hat band. And that just tucks right there against the edge of the hat brim. Okay, and now the face has two pieces. There's a black backing, and so when you put it on there, you can see the eyes and the mouth. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the back of the face. And then I'm just going to center this black piece. There'll be a little bit of an edge around. And then press that down. And then I'm just going to attach it to the hair, and it's going to kind of line up. There's a slight outline here of the face on the with the hair, and so I'm just going to add some glue. Add his face. And line that all up there. And then he's got his little nose and two cheeks. So I'm going to put his cheeks on first, and they're going to go right at the top of on the curve of his smile right there. And same on this side. And then we're going to add his nose. Press that down. And then I think I'm going to add his scarf next. The scarf has three pieces, and so I'll put the long piece on first, and that's going to line up along the bottom. Just right like that. And then I'm going to add the tie. And in the middle of the tie is the knot here. And lastly, for his face, we have the sunflower. And you can go through and just lightly push some of the edges of the flower up. Give it a little dimension. And so what I'll do is I will glue this to this piece of the leaf. Press that down and then add the center of the sunflower. And I'm going to place this on his hat. I think I'll keep it on this side. Little bit of glue and on goes the sunflower. Okay, and now that we have the front of the box done, we're going to move on to putting together the bottom and the sides. And there's two pieces for that. This is part of the bottom and so is this, but they're going to be glued together. However, this side has 2 tabs on it, and this side does not. And it's going to go right in the middle there and be attached. So the bottom is going to be basically a double thickness. And so once I've scored on these 2 lines here, I'll go ahead and put some glue on the bottom. This is the side without the tabs. I'm putting glue on the bottom, and then I'm going to slide it into this piece that has the tabs and just kind of line it up there. And then when I fold it over, I'm going to make sure these 2 edges line up. And these tabs still fold up. And I'll go ahead and fold all these tabs over. And then you'll notice on each end of this piece, there's 2 additional tabs. These are just a piece I add because I just like to add a double thickness along the edge of the box. It gives it some durability and a finished look. And it's just a personal preference I have. And so I'm just going to fold those 2 tabs down and glue them together. And then I will attach the front to this piece. And so I'm going to put glue on this tab here and press it down onto the front of the box. And so I just want to make sure that lines up there. I'm going to press that down, and then I'm going to lift this up. I want to make sure that these 2 edges line up. And that'll work. Good. Okay. So now we're ready to do the sides. And basically what I'm going to do is put glue on these tabs, and then I'm going to fold this gently to form a curve along the edge and glue down the sides like that. So I'll start with one side. And then gently curve it to shape it to the box front. And I'm going to press those tabs down. And make sure they're down good and holding tight. And then we'll do the other side. And the same thing, I'm going to put glue on all these tabs. Put that face down and then gently curve this piece against the outside edge, and then just press these tabs down to hold them. Okay, and when that's on there good, then I'm going to attach the back. And I'm going to do the same thing like I did to the front. I'm going to put glue on this tab here. Line that up right there. Press that tab down and then double check to be sure it's lined up. And then we'll attach these tabs to the back. And I'm doing one side at a time. And I think what I'm going to do is turn it this way. Press that down. That way I can look along the edge from along here, and then press those tabs into place. And when that's down good and secure, then I'm going to do the other side. Get some glue down in here. And again, put this face or that side down and form the edge along that curve, and pressing all the tabs down on the inside. And now we're ready to add the handle. And so the handle is 2 pieces, and I just chose the backing to be the same color as the brim of his hat. And then the front part of the handle is the same color as the box. But you get to use whatever colors you like. And I'm going to take these 2 holes on the ends of the handle and line them up. And then gently guide this piece down so the pieces are even. And it's going to line up to that next set of holes there. And then what I like to do is, while it's still a little bit wet, the glue in there, I just run it between my fingers to kind of get a curve going on the handle. Gives it a little more of a natural bend. And then there's two sets of score lines, one here and over here, and I'm going to fold that piece up and fold this one up. And then taking 2 brads, I'll push the brad through here and the outside of the box, and then just secure the brad in there. And same on the other side. And set it through the side. Close the brad, and there we have the working handle. And so there you go. That's the Scarecrow Party Treat Box. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.